Hiya, so it's January 2020 and quite a lot of bits have arrived today for the Mustang, ready to supercharge it. So ever so quickly, 30 seconds or so, run through what's turned up and I'll quickly explain the plans for this year. So the first thing was this little box here. This is the intercooler. Now it's only a picture because it's an intercooler and I couldn't get it out of the box one-handed. Looks can be deceiving. This thing is fucking huge. It's like probably a good 4 inches thick. So it's a stage 2 Vortex intercooler. Should be pretty good. It will carry quite a lot of boost and gives me enough headroom versus the basic kind of setup to go a bit further in future if I want to. So a few more bits. We have some Brisk cooler spark plugs, boundary billet crank sprocket gear. Then we have a Reich, don't know how it's pronounced, 170-degree thermostat, boundary oil pump gear, and some Injector Dynamics 1050cc injectors. So these are UPR catch cans. That one is the UK driver side, American passenger side, and that other one is for the other one, so American driver's side, UK passenger side. So big box of stuff. All this came from Terry at Beefcake Racing. So he threw in a K&N panel air filter for this factory air box. Didn't need it, I've already got one, but he threw one in anyway. We got the lubricant for the head unit there, and that's the inlet tube. It goes from the blower into the actual throttle body and connections, and I know it says Paxton on it, but the Paxton and Vortex are actually exactly the same, just with different labelling, so it's generic install instructions across both of them. So the first little box is the blow-off valve. Now, I know I said little, that thing is immense. I mean, you can see the size of it versus my hand. It's absolutely huge. I've never seen a blow-off valve that size. And that is a replacement aluminium header tank for the coolant, because this relocates the coolant around the side of the engine, because the head unit goes where the coolant header tank normally is. So the next box is all the new belts and cables and the mounting hardware, and that big thing in the bottom is the mounting plate for the supercharger head unit. So this is the Vortex supercharger head unit. It's basically a turbo on one side and a belt driven supercharger kind of thing on the other side. It's a little bit of a hybrid between what most people consider a supercharger and a turbocharger, I think. It builds boost slower and later, higher up the rev range, so we maintain a little bit more of normal drivability on the low RPM. And then our final box, these are all the couplers and bandings for the boost charge pipes coming to and from the intercooler and going to the throttle body and whatnot. And yeah, so that's it. All these bits are going on the car. So in the States on the E85, all this setup and along with the 18 manifold and everything else that I've got for it, should be good for about 1,000 horsepower. Obviously they get better fuel than us. We don't. We're stuck with their equivalent of 93 with octane booster, so it probably won't get anywhere near that. If I can do safely, comfortably 700-800 maybe with a load of octane booster and a few other bits and pieces that are yet to arrive, I'll be kind of happy with it. The tuning will be done by Lund. What I'll probably get them to do is I'll probably get them to do a race fuel tune as well. So if I ever take it to Santa Pod or anything like that, I'll load it up with some 109 race fuel and really be able to crank it up then. But as it stands for now for road driving, I'm going to have to keep it fairly steady. But yeah, so that's the plans for this year for the car, just to supercharge it and go from there, see what happens with it. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe if you want to get updates on this and the track car that I'll be building this year as well, which will also feature the world's first twin turbo KV6 engine, which will be an interesting project maybe.